Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. And today's video is when your quirk hurts you whenever you use it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. The mission briefing had been standard. A warehouse incident, low-level threats, quick extraction. What wasn't standard was how badly Bakugou got caught in the secondary explosion. You remembered the sound first, the sharp crack of concrete beneath his feet as he launched himself forward, the boom that followed, swallowing his shout. Your heart had stopped for a full second before instinct took over. Bakugo. Kirishima's voice cracked with panic as he rushed toward the rubble. Your boyfriend was already moving, and he was pushing debris aside with his quirk. But you could see it, the hesitation in his movements, the limp favoring his left side. You didn't think, you just moved. Your hands found his shoulder and side, warm light blooming from your palms as your healing quirk activated. The injuries were moderate, lacerations, possible fractures, nothing life-threatening, but serious enough that he needed attention. The heat radiating from your quirk against his skin made him relax. Muscles you didn't know were tense going soft. Don't, he snarled, though his voice lacked real bite. We're still in the field, and you're injured. You replied, not pulling your hands away anyway. The light intensified as you worked, and with it came that familiar sensation, a dull, burning ache spreading through your chest, like someone was dragging hot coals across your ribs. He swallowed hard and kept going. It took 45 seconds. By the time you stepped back, Bakugo's shoulder was healed clean. The fracture in his ribs knitted back together. He immediately tested the movement, rolling his shoulder with a grunt of approval. Kirishima rushed in from the other side, relief flooding his features. Hey man, you good? He didn't wait for an answer before his eyes found you, concern already etching lines around them. Are you okay? Fine, you said, and it wasn't entirely a lie. The pain was already fading to a dull throb. Let's secure the area. The mission wrapped up without further incident. By the time you returned to the dormitory, you'd convinced yourself the discomfort was nothing, just the usual fatigue that came with quirk use, and you were wrong. 3 days later, you were healing Bakugo's hand after an overly aggressive training session with Midoriya. The burn damage was superficial, barely worth your time, but he'd asked, and you'd agreed before considering the cost. The pain this time came sharper, a white-hot spike through your sternum that made you gasp. What's wrong? Kirishima asked immediately. He was sitting next to Bakugo, on the common room couch. Haven't been dragged down for inspection. His sharp eyes caught your expression before you could school it. You look like you're in pain. I'm not, you said, releasing Bakugo's hand. The skin was perfect now, just used too much of my quirk lately. Technically, that was true. You had used your quirk multiple times, just not in the way you implied. You'd helped Midoriya with a sprained wrist, checked on Momo's minor cuts, and now Bakugo. Each use sent those familiar waves through you, getting progressively worse. You should take it easy then, Bakugo said, already examining his healed hand with satisfaction. He didn't look at you as he spoke. Your quirk's versatile, but you push it too hard. If only he knew. A week later, the truth started crackling at the edges. You were on another mission, a legitimate dangerous one this time, when Kirishima took a serious hit during combat. A villain's quirk had caught him mid solidify, and the blast had left him vulnerable. You watched the agony spike across his face as he hit the ground, and something in you simply broke. You were there in seconds, hands already glowing before you'd consciously decided to move. The burns across his chest and arm demanded your attention. You poured everything into it, drawing the pain from him and letting it flow into you instead. Bakugou was barking orders at the other heroes, securing the villain, but then his voice changed, sharpened. "What the hell are you doing?" "Healing him," you said through gritted teeth. The pain was tremendous now, like liquid fire, spreading through your entire torso. Your hand shook, but you didn't pull away. He was there in a flash, grabbing your wrists, not gently. "You're going to burn out your quirk, you reckless idiot. Stop, Wyon." "I can't," you gasped. "I'm not done." "You're bleeding," Kirishima croaked, and you looked down to realize he was right. Blood was dripping from your nose, and your hands were trembling violently. "Babe, stop, please." You finished the final net of tissue and let your hands fall. The world tilted. Bakugo caught you before your knees buckled, his arms surprisingly gentle for someone who had just been yelling. Kirishima pushed himself up despite his exhaustion, already reaching up to you. "What the actual hell is wrong with you? Why didn't you say anything?" "Because you managed. You needed to heal. Kirishima needed to heal. The mission." "The mission can go to hell, Wyon," Kirishima said, firmly. He was already on his feet despite his injuries, supporting you with Bakugo. "We're going back to the base. Now." "Wyon? Wyon, hey, wake up." The world was already turning to black around you, and you would have fallen if it weren't for their arms holding you up. So, thank you guys for listening. I do know that you'd actually want a part 2 for this, so what if you make this video reach 100 likes and I'll do it for you? I know you did this 3 days ago, but yeah. Anyway, now that I think about it, I actually like the idea of us having a quirk that hurts us, like a healing quirk that when they're injured, I could just take on their injuries and like take it for myself. And so they're okay and I'm not. I like the idea of having that quirk in a fic, actually, because it's just so sad and like, I don't know. I just love these kind of stories. I don't like soft stories at all. I usually just read like the angsty ones, the ones that make me cry. What do you guys read? Like aside from watching this channel or watching other channels, what do you guys actually read, you know? I would love to know that in the comments. So, thank you guys for listening. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And goodbye.